I saw a clip. It was 5 years ago, so I don't know if you still feel the same with you and peers. You know, when you held the Quran, do you still feel that way?
Do you feel like? I feel that a lot of the problems
easy, Tommy.
Yeah,
easy, Tommy. That's what I told you. It's not a Muslim thing.
I feel that a lot of the problems that are coming. Say for example, Salman Abedi. He blew up and killed 20 odd children in the Manchester Arena bombing. Yeah, his dad come here as part of the Libyan Liberation Front, which is a terrorist organisation. His dad was a terrorist. We brought him in, give him a house.
Yeah, NATO.
His son comes up. His son comes up to be a terrorist. His son could recite the Quran without looking at it. Yeah, without looking at it, right?
Mashallah.
He could recite the Quran without looking at it.
Mashallah.
So he's mistaken as well, obviously, in how he's taking. My point is, all of these men, these fundamentals, when they take it literally. Say, for example, Lee Rigby's killer, Michael Adebolajo. When he beheaded Lee Rigby, he handed a woman a piece of paper with 52 verses that he said forced him to do it. That he said. So what I'm saying is, if he's saying that. If Salman Abedi's saying that, if people are literally quoting the Quran while blowing things up and beheading people, then we need to examine
people quoting Tommy while shooting people,
misunderstood.
innocent women and children in New Zealand.
They just misunderstood.
One man, bro.
Yeah.
They misunderstood the same way you're misunderstood.
But
Someone also ran over people outside the mosque, and he was also a follower and a supporter of you as well.
What about the Pope?
But we haven't got to my question. But we haven't answered my question.
What about the Pope, though?
No. We haven't answered my question. So in the thing, you said that until this book that this
he
is
did.
about
He answered straight away. He said, "Yes, I do feel the same way."
He didn't say that.
He did.
Yeah, Queen. What I said is, what I said is, I was quoting William Gladstone. William Gladstone held the Quran above his head in Parliament and said there will never be peace on this earth so long as we have this book. It's a violent curse.
Suck your mother,
William Gladstone said that. Yeah. So William Gladstone's one of the previous leaders of this country. He didn't talk about an interpretation. Yeah. He spoke about. I think with most Muslim conversions in jails and things like that. They're not converting because they believe Muhammad flew up to heaven.
They're converting because they're shook.
For a problem.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're shook. They want.
It's not a
they
religion.
want. You know what I mean?
They're converting to a gang.
They want. I swear, I'm with him with that because a lot of them they're converting just for the because they can't hold their own in it.
This is my point. The black community, SMS, all of that had a time in South London where black converts was literally sticking up man and forcing man to join Islam. But the black community didn't look at it and say this is Islam. We understood that this was Islam linked with these linked with these road youths culture, with these road culture, and they was practicing it wrong. Not like the Muslims in the masjid that we know that pray 5 times a day. In the same way, we can see that with these grooming gangs, we can see that it's not Islam, it's Islam linked with British culture, which is called...
it's British culture's fault that Muslim men are raping kids. Yeah, let me get that clear. It's British culture's fault that Muslim gangs are raping British kids.
It's British culture why they're drinking alcohol and using drugs. 100%. That's British culture.
You said it's British culture's
yourself,
fault.
mate. You was part of the people that used to buy the drugs, bro. So
as a youngster,
Cream, are you going to ask me questions or are you going to keep saying you're going to wait till...
When have you seen me off
asked him a question? I'm listening, waiting for him to say, yeah, but we're in talking about something else.
I know, but now you're making them...
All I'm taking from this is... You don't think black people can be racist even if they're killing an innocent woman, and you now think it's British culture's fault that Pakistani men are raping British kids.
This is what I'm saying.
That's fucked up, man.
I didn't say it's British culture's fault that Pakistani men are raping British kids.
It's because of British culture.
I said British culture is part of the reason why people are using drugs, because that's part of
so
British
what you said.
culture.
We'll rewind this. Make sure this is in there.
That's
rewind it.
British culture, it's nothing Islamic culture about using drugs.
Drugs isn't British culture. Drugs is in Colombia. Drugs is in Mexico. Opium is in wherever. That's not true.
I'm saying that if you go out with the white football hooligans and you go to a pub, part of British culture is drinking alcohol and sniffing lines. That is part of British culture.
Luton's football hooligans.
Listen, Kushkan, I'll have nothing said against sniffing lines. I'll have nothing said against sniffing lines.
You're a joker.
That's all. Me and Jama.
I never done a cheeky one with you.
Me and Jama are having nothing against sniffing lines.
You made a good.
I sat down with Muslim last night. Yeah.
Sorry, Tommy. You just said you ain't taking nothing from this podcast so far. All you've got in this. Just before this, one thing I.
You said he hasn't taken nothing from this podcast.
No, apart from he thinks all
this in the podcast.
People got no.
Oh, come.
Stop. Let me land before you go, man.
No, but that way.
Let me land. Because I want to teach him something. Before we go left, I need to teach you. Not like that.
I know. You don't rate this podcast. Can't swim.
You don't rate this podcast, fam. This ain't. That's what you don't rate this podcast. This is a podcast.
Tommy, come on. We don't blame.
The pub stuff.
This is where I want to go with it. No one don't turn around and we don't blame Catholic or the teachings in the Catholic Bible and say that's the reason why stuff
There's
happened
crime.
with the Pope. No, and the kids.
Yeah.
We don't. No, wait, hang on. No, but I'm saying, just like you said, the
Catholic
Pope
Church.
is a nonce. We don't blame it on the book, but they can probably bring up teachers and say this is why they do certain things, and I don't know the Bible like that, so I'm not going to quote like you have. But I know they too can revert to old scriptures in the Bible and can bring up stuff that kind of support what they're doing. It's wrong. So see the same thing you're blaming
Jesus
about
rape his
Islam.
children?
But you
No, my
always
point
get
is-
people that like to manipulate the
Not
word.
Muhammad.
I get what
Don't
you're
say
saying,
that,
Diggs.
blood. Yeah, Muhammad did
You
it.
always
blood.
get people that you get wicked people out there that try to use the word and for their own evil
But my
gain.
problem is,
Do you understand what I mean?
Did Jesus kill anyone, bruv?
He's taken Islam and he thinks
Moses
all
did.
of the
them-
teachings in Islam why
Moses
they do
was the
this.
first
That's what I
murderer.
was
And my
getting
point
to.
I'm trying to make is, you said it
Musa,
earlier.
Musa.
These people, they may as well
Well, I
worship
can't tell you
Satan.
that
Forget
because
the whole
I'm
thing about
Christian, so I'm
Islam.
in the
Islam
know.
don't teach you that. Same way
don't
the
know where that-
Christian book don't teach you to be a pervert. But certain people's cultures possibly lead to certain things. Why it happens more in certain
That's what I'm
cultures.
saying, it's a
Because you
cultural
keep going
thing.
back to a question, why does it happen in that culture? And it's not the religion. The answer to it is the culture. It's
that's
more
what I'm trying to say
accepted
to you.
in
It's not
their
Muslim, it's
culture.
more-
That's
you
the
get what
only
I'm
thing
saying?
I
There's
want to
different-
say. Go ahead.
I wish it was. Yeah, it would make my life easier because I wouldn't be upset.
That means he don't believe you, Deeks. You
'Cause
didn't
I
do
wish
anything.
it was, bro. Because I'll be
Still
Still
straight
don't
away.
believe ya. It's him. It
Because he's got a
comes-
narrative.
To me,
He's got a narrative that he's here to push.
To me,
So no
it
matter
comes
what
to
you
me.
say
It
to him,
comes to me.
he's
It
never
comes in
going to
like
accept
No, no,
it.
what I'm saying
Tommy
is-
feels like it comes from the
My-
word.
You know what I'm saying?
I eat that.
No.
It's not wrong. It does say that.
It does say
Not
that.
having it.
But people are taking that and run with certain aspects. Now he's right.
The book,
Certain aspects of
fam. The camp. You need to talk on the.
Yeah.
Bruv, I done a presentation in Russia called The Rape of Britain, yeah, where I examined all of this, including the men's quotes. So what I've done is took the men's quotes from the court cases and literally found the verses of what they said. Yeah, it's like the man said this in court. Here's what he said. Yeah, here's what he says. Yeah, he literally quoting the Quran whilst he's raping her, bruv. Like, come on, man.
Astaghfirullah.
And we've got to be able to examine it because I wish it wasn't.
Listen, you
And
gotta
I
stop
understand that
blanketing
you're
the
a
whole
Muslim, I understand
Muslims,
you're a
man.
Muslim.
You
And
gotta
I'm
stop
not
blanketing.
blanketing all the
You-
Muslims.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not. I'm trying to find, which we have to.
But you see
the
what it is,
reason.
because like I said,
The view
yeah,
on women, the Muslim view on women,
with
the Islamic view on women.
I see
Women
with
are worth
Tommy,
half of
yeah.
a man. All
With
these
see with
things.
Tommy, like what I get with you, yeah, or why I kind of got where you was coming from is because, like, I rate a patriot. I swear down,
Yeah,
not like
You
that.
got a Union Jack on your socks.
I know, yeah, I made you.
He's
Yeah,
wore the socks for
yeah.
it, innit?
I wore it for
Come on.
Tommy.
Bud them socks.
Come on.
I wore it for Tommy. You get me? I know why for that. That's a bit why, innit? Man said I wore it for Tommy.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
love
why.
us,
That's a
man.
why. That's
Do
a
you
why.
like Britain?
I
I
take
love
that
the
back.
country.
I take that back. But you wore that army thing for Tommy though. But
Do you
yeah,
love the
boom.
country, bruv? Do you love
You
it?
went mad as well. But I love the fucking.
I know you
I'm
do.
fish and chips, mate. I'm pie and mash. I'm cockles. I'm all of that. But that's why I get.
Charlie.
I love my
No, but that, a
ancestors
bit of
that
Charlie.
got-
My
Done.
thing is, Tommy's supposed to. Tommy,
That's what I get him,
I
you
don't
know.
have a problem with Tommy loving Britain.
No.
And to be fair, I'm gonna
No.
say
I hate
this.
the
Yeah,
government.
I've got Caribbean back. I'm Caribbean background. My background is Jamaica. Yeah. But what I will say is this: if you live in a country, and because of so many different cultures now coming into the country.
You're using what I said.
What would I say?
Go on,
You
go on.
cannot now, in certain schools, you can't even celebrate Christmas and things like that. It was a Church of England thing. Like, do you understand what I mean? I just feel like
When things are
you can't
changing.
go into another countries and say, right, you lot can't pray 5 times a day, or
Listen to
you
what it
can't
is.
do this, or things like
Listen
these
to what it
things
is.
are actually
Can I just
happening.
go back to why? Can I just
Britain
wait,
went to
Ras.
colonised Africa.
Wait, Ras. Wait.
They genocided
Listen.
the people in Australia.
Listen.
They genocided the
All right,
people in America.
Cool.
They
Let me
colonised the
just
whole of Africa.
let me
That's
just
the
finish
reason
saying
why
what I'm saying.
immigrants are here.
Ras, let me just finish saying what I'm
Immigrants are
saying.
here. They went everywhere else.
All right, cool. All right, cool. Don't come to
talking
think
about?
they respect. All right,
Triggered him
cool.
more than me.
Listen, stick a pin. Stick a
him more
pin.
than me.
Listen, hey, listen. You got
Did you get
it.
here, bro?
What do you mean? How did I
Mum
get
and
here?
Ralph and that.
My mum and that,
Talking-
innit?
that's
My
what I'm
nan.
saying. How
But
did they
listen,
get here?
listen. I'm not born here, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
I weren't born here. I was born in.
know what?
I was
Your
born in.
Wikipedia page
I was
says
born-
you was.
They were going mad. You get me? They got it wrong. I was
know.
born. I was
I'm
born in
7 years
Dominica. Yeah. I see. So you know. So my whole thing is I get where Tommy's coming from. Because not even like that, but I'm not even born here. And I'm more patriotic than people that's born here. Yeah? But listen, stick up in, let me talk now, innit? Because you've been talking the whole fucking episode, like, where my co-host can't even get a word in. So boom, I want to talk now. You get what I'm saying? So boom now, what I'm trying to say is, see in Dominica where I come from, yeah? I wouldn't like a bunch of white people coming to my island, and then I shouldn't even say white people, but from different country or whatever. And I know I'm going
can
mad.
say white people, bro.
Listen, forget all of that. Yeah, and then they're just in my island acting not dominant, and they're not embracing the Dominican culture.
They're not assimilating.
They're not, do you know what I mean? They're not embracing. So I get where you're coming from. It's like, this is his country. No matter how we want to look at it or what we want to, I'm not here.
If you go into a country, though, you're supposed to add to it, no? So if you're gonna come into a country and cause bare destruction and stuff like that,
as far as I'm concerned, it's your country. It's their country, and that's the truth. That's the short and long. Whatever you say, it's not your country, respect. It's not your country. It's not. No, but I'm just being honest. It's not our country.
It's my country.
No, but I know. But I'm just saying. No, but it's not. It's
Why
not.
is it not your country?
It's not. It's not.
I don't feel like it's my country. I feel I was born here, but this isn't my
mum's
roots.
from Ireland, so
Yeah.
but this is my country.
I was born here, but I just feel like my roots. Like I just don't feel like this
Do you
is.
know what I don't get? So
You're born here, innit?
Do you know? I was in jail with. I was chatting to a Jamaican boy who converted.
You ain't
Pops.
Joe. No, you was on peace. You was protected custody.
No,
blood.
bruv. Put on 25 police custody. You see me on the wing scrapping with one of them. Yeah.
Was you on the wing?
I was on the
What,
wing with
Woodhill?
Woodhill. I got fucked up in Woodhill. I got battered in Woodhill.
I was in Woodhill though. I done
What I'm
Woodhill.
saying is, I got Hobbs.
Yes and no.
And he comes out. He's got his prayer
Yes
mat
and
over his
no.
shoulder.
More yes and
this
no,
is
innit?
meant-
Fam, you're not letting me finish.
Go on,
I'm
finish,
trying to
finish.
back you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say why.
It's not you.
And look, Raspect's even looking at me mad.
Dominicans wanted to go and
Listen,
colonize the whole place,
listen.
then you got to have everyone
Fam,
come back to yours, blood.
You got to
Or
stop
give
getting
back the people
emotional.
them
You got to
their
stop
things.
getting emotional. You got to stop getting emotional and just, yeah, you got to stop getting emotional. Just so boom.
But my
Yeah,
ancestors are
I know,
coming
but I'm.
Do you
listen,
like
listen.
Britain? Do you like Britain?
Listen,
The
listen.
Jews like Nazis.
Do you like Britain?
Listen,
like Germany.
let me
So
just
you hate
finish.
Britain?
Stick up in a sec. Can I finish what I'm saying though?
Jews
Like
don't
before,
like
can I
Nazis,
just
Jews
finish
don't
what I'm
like
saying? Because look, what I'm trying to help you, Tom. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it'll be different because see, his thing ain't about black or white. His thing's British, English. Like, if you're here.
I think you're black.
Like,
I think blacks
act
are
like you're
English.
English. No, but that's what I'm saying. His thing is, if you're here, he don't mind just as long as you
As long as
embrace
you become a slave
the
and
British
do
thing.
culture.
What do you mean a slave
Embrace
to
the
culture,
British
bruv?
thing.
Yeah,
Sikhs still hold their identity.
Embrace
Then
your
don't I
love
colonizer. Embrace the person that embrace the British Empire, which is still colonizing your homelands.
Or
And
go
see-
home,
Wait,
or go
wait,
back to where you fucking come from.
Not until-
Or go back to where you
Tell them-
fucking come from.
tell them to come
No, but it's
back.
true. No, but either you embrace
Give us
it,
back our
or
thing.
fuck off. Embrace it, or get the fuck.
Give us our
Fam,
things and we'll
go
go
back to
back
where
now.
you come from.
Give us back our things. and we'll
Stop
go back
getting
now.
the gyro.
I'll go back to Jamaica now.
Stop getting the benefits.
That's reparations.
Don't get no benefits.
Reparations.
Don't get no benefits.
Reparations.
No housing
Reparations.
benefits. Get the fuck back to
Reparations,
Jamaica.
bro. What are you talking about?
Get the fuck back to
Reparations.
Jamaica.
Reparations.
Right? Listen, mate.
Reparations,
If you're
bro.
going through your history,
You lot back to Jamaica.
Reparations.
You lot back to Jamaica.
We'll go back once you
Do you know what I mean? You lot back to
We'll go back
Jamaica.
once
When
you
you're
got
going-
our
you
things.
keep
Fish
We'll
and
stay
chips.
in our home anymore.
Fish
you
and
know you
chips.
keep going on
Pie
about
and
your
mash.
history, your
Cockles.
history, yeah. Well, I keep,
Cockles a bit
Okay,
wide.
Jamaica is one of the richest.
Cockles are wide, innit?
But Jamaica is one of the
Yeah,
richest
that's you lot's
countries
thing.
in
Look,
identity.
you
yeah.
funny.
They've got more churches per square foot
British.
than any.
Fucking.
We got what?
More
going
churches
mad
per
at
square
Yeah,
mile
I know,
than any
yeah.
other country in the world.
But for that little
and you converted
island,
to Islam, bruv. I said
Yeah, just that's
Jamaica,
a good-
your country, your family's
got the most
history
parishes
has
than
more
ev-
churches per square mile
Yeah.
than anywhere in the world. Is one of the
Yeah,
most
they
richest
are
countries in
Christian
identity
still.
of who they are.
But they're evil, Ed, though.
Because the British
You
Empire-
can't talk about
And you
Jamaica
convert
like they're not
Islam.
evil,
Because the
Ed.
British
I've been
Empire,
there.
because the British,
Evil, Ed.
because the
engaged
British
there.
Empire
Evil, Ed.
came with
Come
their
on.
Western
Went to the White
Christianity.
House, sandals
The
and
same-
shorts.
Did ya?
Yeah.
The British Empire came with
Duns
their
River.
Western Christianity, which we bun out.
Filming.
The same way that the Arabs came with their oppression during the sub-Saharan slave trade. Yeah, in the same way the
Do
Christians.
you know what Muhammad referred to black people as?
But can I say something? Like, can I say one thing? I'm from my roots are Jamaican, yeah. My roots are Jamaican, and in St. Elizabeth, where I'm come from, like that part of Jamaica is where a lot of the fair-skinned people, like it's very mixed because a lot of the soldiers settled there and they slept with a lot of the women and created a lot of the kids and raped them as well. Do you understand? Like these things happen all around the board. Do you understand? Whites do it to blacks. Do you get what I mean? So,
But whites were slaves as well, right?
but
No, they was
White
indentured
women were
servants,
slaves.
man. They was
Slaves
indentured
to who?
servants,
It was
man.
what?
Slaves to you.